Yeah, so good morning and welcome to the second hour of Wake Up America Weekend. I'm TW Shannon filling in for Michael Grimm this morning.
And I'm Betsy McCoy. I'm calling today Green Light Sunday because the United States Supreme Court struck down the left's obstructionist strategy of using national injunctions to slow the president's agenda. And now the United States Senate is preparing to pass the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, and we've got a live shot there at the Senate floor where President Trump's mega bill passed a procedural vote last night, and the commander-in-chief celebrated the win, taking to social media and saying that he is very proud of the Republican Party after what he called a great victory.
New York Senator Chuck Schumer demanding that the bill be read in its entirety, all 940 pages, before a final vote can be taken.
Senate Republicans are scrambling to pass a radical bill released to the public in the dead of night, praying the American people don't realize what's in it. If Senate Republicans won't tell the American people what's in this bill, then Democrats are going to force this chamber to read it from start to finish. I object.
I can't believe it. I can't believe he says that this is a ruse. Everybody's had weeks to know what's in this bill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
This bill comes as no surprise. This is obviously a stall tactic. But I want to bring in now Tennessee Republican David Kustoff. He's with us to explain what the heck is going on. So, Congressman, what objective do the Democrats hope to accomplish by throwing in this 900-page stumbling block to help prevent the bill from proceeding on course?
Good morning. First of all, thank you for having me on this morning. What they want to do is try to derail the Trump agenda. I mean, the one big, beautiful bill is everything that Donald Trump campaigned on in 2024, from making the tax cuts permanent to no tax on tips, to no tax on overtime, to making sure that the border is secure, to making sure that we have enough border security agents to be able to do the job that they've been doing so well, unleashing American energy. And this is the week to get it done. President Trump said he wants this bill on his desk by July 4th. So with Schumer trying to use every stall tactic that he can to delay the Senate on voting on the one big beautiful bill, that stalls the House from being able to vote on what the Senate ultimately presents to us, hopefully in the next 1 to 2 days. So the goal is right now to still try to get it passed in the Senate and in the House so that President Trump can sign it by July 4th. And hopefully we're able to get that done. If it slips by a day or 2 or 3, so be it. But the fact of the matter is that right now, the Schumer's using every stall tactic that he can to try to delay this vote on the passage on the one big beautiful bill.
It's so outrageous because it clearly is just a stall tactic. Nobody would object to members of the Senate reading the bill. God help us. I wish they'd read the bill more often. But this is just a last-minute delay to prevent the president from trying to reach his goal July 4th. How close are we now? Will we make that goal?
By the way, I bet if you pan the United States Senate and look to see how many Democratic senators are in their seats to hear the reading of the bill by the clerk, it would be single digits if anybody's in there. But the fact of the matter is, I think that they can get the vote done in the Senate by tomorrow, maybe even later today, but by tomorrow. If they do that and the Senate does what it's supposed to do, then we're going to start considering in the House on Tuesday and Wednesday, so there is enough time to get it done. And the American people, this is what the American people campaigned on. This is why they elected Donald Trump in all those swing states across the nation. This is why the nation's voters gave us a majority Republican United States Senate. This is why the voters allowed us to keep a majority in the House of Representatives to do exactly what we are going to be voting on in the next few days and in the next day or so in the Senate.
Yeah, that's a good point, Congressman. But there is some, the silver lining for me, honestly, is the good news is the bill is even on the Senate floor at this point, right? Because it was a close vote, and some Senate Republicans, like Rand Paul, who voted against it, it didn't make the president very happy. On Truth Social, the president said he's wondering what is wrong with that guy. So, Congressman, what is wrong with Republicans who are not supporting this big, beautiful bill? What's the holdup, and is there a way to actually get this bill passed at this point?
Well, there is. And the thing that I would remind all my colleagues is we wouldn't be having any of these discussions had Donald Trump not won. Had Donald Trump not won, we probably, number one, we wouldn't have a Republican in the White House. We probably wouldn't have a Republican majority in the United States Senate. So what we are talking about and what we are debating are all the things that he talked about at those rallies in 2024. So let's go ahead and get this passed, enacted into law, and then we're going to see tremendous benefits for the American people.
So take us into the House where it will be considered next. Are there any glitches in the House you anticipate?
Well, so that's a good question. I'll remind you that we actually passed the one big beautiful bill in the House back in May.
Right.
So it is sat in the Senate. The Senate has made a number of different changes to what we passed. When it comes back to the House of Representatives, there are two choices. I think everybody probably understands this. The House either adopts in toto, word for word, everything that the Senate is going to pass today or tomorrow, or the House makes some changes to the bill. If we want to get this on President Trump's desk by July 4th, the House will have to pass exactly what the Senate is voting on over the next day or so. And again, I think we're on track to do that Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday. I'll remind you, if we do it Thursday, that's July 3rd. That's one day before July 4th.
Well, Congressman, thank you for your insights today. I think you've helped us better understand where we are in this process. I appreciate your optimism. Congressman Kustoff, thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me this morning.
So let's keep the conversation going and bring in our Newsmax contributors, Deneen Borelli and Dr. Tom Borelli. Deneen, what do you think of Congressman Kustoff's comments?
Great comments, and I'm glad he laid it out because this can be confusing and people have